Local radio for the Merrimack Valley. 980 WCAP. Everybody gets it.
Good morning, listeners, and welcome back to the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions radio show with Ron Couming of both RCS Technology Solutions and RCS Online Solutions. Today, we help business owners and entrepreneurs achieve even greater success by attracting, converting, and retaining their ideal customers and clients using various Internet marketing techniques and methods. Today, I want to share with you 3 digital marketing tips to grow your business in 2018. 2017 has come to a close, and the end of the year or the beginning of the new year is a great time for reflection for us in whatever business you are in. So, as we look back at the past year in digital marketing and we think about what worked and what didn't work, we've identified a few marketing tips that may contribute to huge growth in your 2018 digital marketing. So first, I want you to focus on what has worked. In today's digital marketing landscape, there are dozens, if not hundreds, of techniques available for digital marketers to try. And it's easy to get distracted by all these options out there, spreading yourself so thin by dabbling in all of them. And what happens when you do that is if you're in 10 different things and you're not having a lot of success, it might be because you actually spread yourself too thin. And if you had chosen 2 or 3 of those and put more resources into those, you would have had more success. So, however, for most businesses, the primary driver of success in their marketing comes from one or a few tactics. One of the biggest drivers at my company for our early growth was content marketing, and particularly our CEO, which is me, Ronald Couming, just published in top magazines all over the place, and whether it was in video or content marketing, when you publish, you can repurpose your blog posts or your videos. So here's an example. You create a blog post. Let's say you want long, because if you're going to put it on LinkedIn, you probably want it to be long, 750 words or more. And also, the search engines really give credit to longer posts. So let's say it's 750 words or more. 750 to 1,000 is probably best for the search engines. People's ability to digest all that might be significantly less, but you want to get it in front of them, right? And then maybe you can give brief synopsis at the beginning of each paragraph, or just have a lot of the information at the beginning. But here's a way that you can repurpose this. So you create a 750-word blog. Let's just keep it at round numbers. With that 750-word blog, you create a 30 to 90-second video. The 90-second video will talk about, let's say the blog is 3 ways or 5 ways you can increase your content marketing, or whatever the case may be. In that little video, that 30 to 60 to 90-second video, you would create a lead-in to the article. You would talk about what that article was going to talk about. So let's say it was 3 tips for content marketing. Hi, everybody. My name is so-and-so, and today we're going to give you 3 tips on content marketing, how to be successful, how to create it, how to come up with ideas, whatever your 3 tips are. And then you say in the article below. So now you take that video, you host it up on YouTube, Vimeo, wherever else you're going to host it, and then in the description of the video, you put your entire text. What you can also do, so now you use the blog twice, right? You put it on your website as a blog, and then you put it up with a video on YouTube. We'll just use YouTube as an example, which is owned by Google, right? So you're never going to go do anything wrong when you're doing stuff with Google. But now you can also then, at some point in the future, you can take that and then use it as a blog back on your website. Again, you can repurpose it, but this time use the video with it. So you will have the first paragraph of whatever the blog article is, then the video, then the rest of the blog article. So these are just some small ways that you can repurpose it. I mean, I could literally give you 8 different ways. You could come up with 5 tips to increase leads or to increase Instagram followers. So in those 5 tips, you would give an opening and a close, which would be consistent. And then each video would be 1 tip. So you would start with your opening. The headline of your video might be 5 tips to increase your followers on Instagram, and tip 1. So then you would give your opening, blah, blah, blah. We all know you need to have followers on Instagram or whatever it is, and then you give, here is tip 1. Then you give your close. Then you also, in your close, say, for the other 5 videos, click below in the description. Everything that you said in that video should be transcribed and put into your description. But then you also put the link. So you create all 5 of these videos at the same time, even if you're going to post them on different days, but you create them all at the same time, and you load them all up on even if you host the videos on the search engine, but you then link to them from your website. So when a person is getting the 5 tips, say you're tip 1 and you're putting it out on Facebook, just for round numbers, and they click on it, it's going to take them back to your website, because that's the hub. That's everything where you want everything to go. You want people to always come back to your website. But now, instead of creating 5 tips, 1 blog with or without a video with 5 tips, you've now created theoretically 6, because you can create 1 with all 5, and then you can also create 1 with just 1, the second one with just the second tip, the third one. And this is a great way to continue to coming up with quality content and not killing yourself to do it. And how you get this content found, you can use organic search, which I strongly prefer over pay-per-click and pay-per-impression or paid ads, because if you're using pay-per-click, just as an example, which is great, you'll get instant results. I mean, you'll definitely make money on that. I'm not saying anything negative about that. But if somebody outbids you by 1 cent, they will, or 2 cents or whatever it is, now they're going to take that spot. And because you haven't built an organic background, so to speak, now you might be on page 5 or 17 or 3 even, and no one's ever going to find you. So I have some clients who will use pay-per-click to generate instant results, but will also do organic at the same time. And as their organic gains in credibility, which is, maybe 2 months, 6 weeks, 8 weeks if you do it right, as that gains, they'll cut back on that pay-per-click, because they're going to rank anyhow, right? But now they're going to rank. The difference, think about it this way. When you use pay-per-click, pay-per-impression, you are paying, it's like you're renting a spot, whereas when you're doing organic, you actually own the spot. So that's that. So that's 1 tip that was very long, but it's a great tip. So here's the second tip. Plan the big picture with sales funnels. As business grows, they often get more complex with increased workloads, and time demands for those in management, marketing departments are no exception. As the complexity of marketing grows with the size of a company, businesses often resort to hiring more staff to keep up. But even with more staff, it's easy for the performance of the marketing campaigns to start to slip. The answer is to get organized by planning out your sales funnels. A good sales funnel or marketing funnels, and please understand there is a difference between sales and marketing. A good sales funnel begins with your target audience in mind. It plots the course of your ideal customers or clients will take from the first moment they engage with your brand to engagement through various marketing channels, all the way to the conversion itself. A great way to plan out a high-converting sales funnel is to visualize its steps. And here is an example. And I've actually written it out. What I'm doing right now is I'm repurposing, as I just talked to you, about a blog that I've just recently written. And then here is I've actually created the funnel. So let's, in your mind, close your mind for a second here and think about this funnel as you have three sources of input, and one might be Facebook, one might be pay-per-click or some other search engine, and the other one might be, let's say, LinkedIn. So then you create an AMD, an attraction marketing device, and that attraction marketing device, as an example, let's say it's a real estate. So you would have somebody who's in real estate, who's looking for real estate customers and clients, would create an AMD based upon somebody's thought zone. And I've given you videos on thought zones and AMD, so you can go back and get real big clarification. But a thought zone is something that somebody is thinking about, and an AMD is an attraction marketing device. So somebody who's looking to buy a house, sell a house, downsize from a house, maybe their parents are going into assisted care living or something, and for whatever reason, they now need to hire a real estate agent. Okay, so that's their thoughts. They're thinking, okay, I got to hire a real estate agent, and what do I need to know? What do I need to do? Who do I need to call? These type things, right? So if you were to create an AMD, an attraction marketing device, using the thought zone that somebody wants to hire a real estate agent, you might create that AMD, 3 things to know before you hire a real estate agent. So now anybody who has that thought zone would click on that. And then the next step would be for them to land on the opt-in page or the lead-in page, and that's called a opt-in page or a landing page or a squeeze page. And on that page, that's where they would put in their information, their first name, last name, email address, and I would suggest getting their phone number as well. And from there, then they would click Submit. They would then get the AMD. They would then get the 3 tips. At the bottom of the 3 tips, you have a link to your calendar. So it might be book time with whoever the real estate agent is, and then when they click it, they now book time. What this does, well, the formula you use when you think about how to set this up is you have your input, which are the social media channels or the email that you're going to send out. Then you have where they go to. You have the AMD, right? And then you have the next box would be the opt-in page where they put in their contact information. Then the next box would be if they then took the step and made the appointment. So now the person who creates this, and this is a one-time thing, you set it up and now it's all automated. So you could be sitting on the beach somewhere or at dinner with your family, and somebody sees this, clicks it, and they set an appointment with you, and you go and you have a calendar. You can use You Can Book Me, which is free. So you can use that, and now you're going to get a notice that somebody downloaded your 3 tips with their contact information that you can follow up with them if they don't follow up with you. But if they like what they read, they're going to set an appointment with you. And what this does is you led with value. You gave them information. They found it useful. They found what you said had value. So then they followed up. Now when they get to you, the conversation isn't about sales. You're not selling them anything. You've already started the process of building a relationship with them. So, and they've set that, but it also pre-qualifies people. So how many people might be sitting there at 2 in.the.morning thinking about, geez, I want to buy a house or whatever it is, and they click on something, and then, you spend 20 minutes following up with them, and it's really they're not ready to buy, right? But if somebody saw this, clicked on it, put in their contact information, read the 3 tips, set the appointment, chances are they're a viable lead. So you've pre-qualified them, and you already know pretty much everything you need to know. It's your sale to lose. Now, you can do this, 3 tips to lose weight, 3 things you need to know before you buy a car. I mean, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. This is a great way. So plan out your sales funnels. And then the 3rd tip is I want to give you, add enough scope to your digital marketing. And by that I mean when a client comes to us, they often tell us that they've tried SEO, pay-per-click, content marketing, but it didn't work out for them. And the first thing I tell them is those things work. Whoever you worked with or whatever you used didn't work, but SEO works, pay-per-click works, content marketing works. for, thousands of people if they do it correctly. Although it's true, every digital marketing technique won't work for every business, the problem usually isn't the choice of the strategy. The main problem the marketers encounter when using any given tactic is that they either haven't devoted enough time to it or they haven't applied the tactics with the right scope. For example, a great PPC campaign, which is pay-per-click, can deliver lots of traffic to your website, but if your landing page isn't optimized for that traffic, you may not get as many conversions as you had hoped for. An SEO strategy that includes regular blogging and backlink building will definitely increase traffic and search engine rankings, but without optimizing your website for SEO and resolving any tactical SEO problems, you're leaving a lot of potential gains on the table. So, by increasing the scope of your digital marketing, you can see more of the aspects that influence the success of each tactic. And by better coordinating your marketing tactics, each tactic can achieve better results. So from this last section, we can talk, and this is huge because I can't tell you how many times that I've sat down with clients and they tell me that SEO doesn't work or content marketing doesn't work. They had 3,000 hits on their website and nobody converted. Well, I'm here to tell you the SEO worked. If you have 3,000 or even if you have 500 hits to your website, given whatever your industry is, then the SEO and the marketing is working. If you had 0 and now you have 500, correct? But if people aren't converting, then it's not the SEO, it's not the content marketing, there is something on your website. So now you have to look at like the content on your website. Do you have effective call to actions? So the SEO gets them to the website. Various types of content marketing for SEO purposes brings them back to your website, okay? But once you have them on your website, if you're not closing them, then it has nothing to do with your SEO or your content marketing for SEO purposes. What it does have to do with is the content on your website and other deficiencies on your website. It could simply be something as simple as your on-page, meaning the SEO on your website isn't configured correctly. But more often than not, I've gone to people's websites, and their websites are just brochures. Their websites are telling people this is who we are and this is what we do. I'm here to tell you, most customers don't care about that. What they care about is the results that you're going to provide, the benefits that you provide, what separates you from the competition. So they may look at your experience. They may look at if you have a PhD or an MBA or if you graduate college. But those are, in fact, secondary indicators. What the customers and clients first want to know is, can you solve my problem? What is the result I am going to get by choosing you opposed to your competitors or somebody else who's in the same industry? So make sure that your website clearly defines the benefits and value in the first 6 to 7 to 10 seconds of what a person is going to get from doing business with you. In my case, I would say our clients achieve even greater success by attracting and converting their ideal customers and clients. So somebody reading that, I could put there, I speak across the country. I give presentations. I've written books. What do they care? Okay, that's great. You've done well. What they care about is they're in business. They want to attract more customers and clients, but they also want to attract the right customers and clients, people who are ready and able to do business with them. There's a lot of people who might need your services, but they're not in a position to afford them, or whatever the case may be. So they're not your ideal customers and clients, even though that they can use them. So when most people come to me, they want to create an online presence, and they want that online presence to then attract and convert and then retain their ideal customers and clients. So my website would need, in very short order, to convey to the people who come to my site looking for my type of services, the benefits our customers and clients get, we provide, you know what I mean? So that's what you want to do. No matter what industry you're in, you want to ensure that your website clearly indicates the benefits, what you do for them, what they're going to get from doing business with you. Just saying, in my case, just saying you create websites or you create search engine optimization or you create videos. I have clients that have made millions. I have clients that are on the first page of all the search engines. As a result of that, they're getting higher customers and clients. So now if we find that they're getting all these hits to their websites, but they're not converting, we then know that's step one. Then step two, there's 4 steps to every sales process. Then step 2 would be, is the website itself, the wording on the website, the structure of the website, is it user-friendly? Does it have sufficient call to actions? Is there a place for them to sign up for the newsletter and or email list? Whatever it is about the website. And if that's done right, because now if they're filling out the call to actions, if they're submitting for additional information, and so we get them to there, we know it works. Then they're converting by asking for additional information. If they ask for the additional information and they get the additional information and they fall off at that point, then we know that that's where the deficiency is. But if they get past that point, and then they call and they're not closing, then we know it's whoever they're talking to, okay? So there's 4 steps, and you want to definitely delineate where your successes and failures are coming from. We can help you with all that. Again, my name is Ron Couming at RCS Technology Solutions. If you're in business or you're going to be in business and you want an online presence that's going to help you attract, convert, and retain your ideal customers and clients, contact us. Ron at rcstechnologysolutions.com. Thanks, everyone.
There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. There goes my hero.
980 WCAP, Lowell, Haverhill, Lawrence, Methuen, Nashua, and Salem, New Hampshire, serving the Merrimack Valley.